she'll be in a room with a girl and we'll go, oh, okay, that's cool. Then we'll walk away and go, wait a minute.
Do you have any dating rules in your house?
We really don't. That's so funny. No one's ever asked us that before. Although I have to say there was a moment when the twins were like 15 or 16. I think, Nikki, I don't want to make it sound bad, but like not bad, but he was in his room with someone, with a girl, and the door was closed. And I was like, fine. He was 15. I trusted him, whatever. And so Max was like, well, would I be allowed to be in the room with someone with the door? I'm like, I don't know. I never even thought about this before. This is the first time I've had 15-year-olds.
Right. Where it gets very confusing, if I may say so, is that Max came out as bisexual. Mm-hmm. So she'll be in a room with a girl and we'll go, oh, okay, that's cool. Then we'll walk away and go, wait a minute.
It's really hard to navigate, but I will say this, in the household that I grew up, Terry and I grew up very differently. His house was super permissive and he basically could do what he wants. I grew up in a household where I grew up in the household where we were on lockdown. There was it was super strict, which caused us to rebel. So with our kids, we've sort of taken the approach where, look, we've given you all the tools. We trust you. And until you prove otherwise, we're going to just continue to trust you.
Right.
And it has served us.
How does she feel after that last episode? And, I know that it was hard for her dealing with people at school and things like that. But how has it been for her since that episode aired?
You know what? She's seen a lot of love and support. I think she's handling it really well. It's funny, when we came back on the show, one of the reasons we came back was to have these kinds of conversations and open them up. Our daughter, Max, came out as bisexual a couple of years ago. And, the love and support that we got there. And also people that said that they were estranged from their children and that kids that had taken their lives and all of this. So, we really felt like we could use this platform to start these conversations in other households. I had no idea Kat was good. I knew Kat was gay, but I had no idea she was going to talk about it on the show. So that was amazing. We're just super proud of all of them.
Oh, definitely. And Terry, it seems like you and Heather both make such a welcoming environment for your kids to come out and to be so supportive. Why is that so? Obviously, that is so important to you. But, how does that benefit your kids and how does it make them be able to be so honest and open?
Well, up until the last few years, if you had issues that you weren't comfortable with, that were unconventional, if you were part of the LGBTQIA community, if you didn't have supporting families or parents, you just didn't talk about it. You hid it. And what kind of life is that, not to live your true life? And even right now in this country, in Florida, there are bills that they're calling them don't talk gay bills,
it's
right?
Terrible.
Don't say gay. Yeah. They're trying to stop conversations about this at school. Well, if you can't do it at school, if there's a movement to stop doing it at school, you better make sure you're doing it at home, because you got to make sure your family and people understand what it is to be normal. Okay. And that's what we wanted to show, a modern, normal family that talks about things and makes it a safe environment for people to be the actual people they really are.
Right. Well, congratulations on this new show, this new special. I just watched it. It is so fantastic. So why did you want to help couples go through this 7-year itch? Because it definitely is a real thing.
Yeah, no, it is. And so, a couple of years, Terry and I have written 3 books together. And our second book, The Dubrow Diet, when it came out, we took this couple on E! News just to do segments. Here's the before and after weight loss. And what we realized was there was so much more going on that needed to be helped to Ed and their kid and their relationship and everything that was going on. That was kind of the germ for all of this. So we really wanted to help couples. We've been called couple goals. We've been together 25 years. We've managed to survive the reality show curse. How do we do it? It's not about having money. We've heard people say, oh, if I had their money, but it is about resources. So what we thought, it was, okay, well, if we can take these couples who are at that 7-year mark-ish, and, the honeymoon's over and real life has set in, and give them our resources, open up our Rolodexes, separate them for 7 weeks and give them full internal, external makeovers, body, mind, and soul, to make them the best individuals they could possibly be. And then put them back together and try to stitch the couple back together.
Yeah.
That's what we were hoping to do.
I love that. And I think, Terry, on the show, you said, I think one of your keys to your success is that you have to learn to fight well. So how do you and Heather fight well?
So one of the things we do is we've learned what buttons not to push in a fight. And that's really important. You don't say it. You want to say it. It may feel good, but all it's going to do is make that situation worse. So we've learned how to be respectful, how to communicate. Communicate's one of the major things. And what we've done with these couples is we identify what their problems are, and we sort of diagnose them. And then whether it's internal or external, it takes about 4 weeks to break habits. That's why we separate them for 7 weeks. And then it takes 3 more weeks to cement in those habits. The big problem with 7-year stitch is what happens if you make them better versions of themselves and then you get them back together again, and they're now able to communicate. They're now able to fix whatever problems they've been having with their intimacy issue, physical, financial, and they decide, yeah, I'm done. That was always the big thing we were afraid of with 7-year stitch, right, honey?
Exactly. So we met all these different kinds of couples, with all kinds of issues. There were a lot of common themes, and I think the audience is going to find a lot of it very, very relatable. But then there's like moments where things come out that you had no idea what was going on and just crazy. So as we were helping these couples, and when we get to the end, the big reveal when they come back together, we were very nervous.